Good morning. Today I'm on the Shinkansen on my way to Shizuoka, an area known for their wasabi, their matcha, and breakfast. I got about 5 bento boxes. Bento boxes on the Shinkansen is one of my favorite customs, so I always make sure I never eat breakfast until I get on the train. But the train ride is only about 50 minutes, so I gotta hurry. I got about 5 boxes, so I gotta start eating. This is a seafood box with egg, seaweed, giant scallop, ikura, and this is really interesting, uni. I was a little hesitant about this because I never had cold, crumbly uni before. It's not as obviously melts in your mouth and soft and creamy as fresh uni. It's definitely more solid and crumbly, but it still has that nice, sweet, slightly briny flavor. Don't love it? It's just okay. Look at this giant scallop though. That's good. That is a really sweet scallop. Chased out with some of the poppin' ikura. The seaweed is crunchy and briny. Not bad. The next one's really cool. If you don't want a cold bento, you can always pick up one of these self-heating ones. And this one is Kobe steak bento. I think this is gonna be really good. All you have to do, don't even take the cover off. All you gotta do, pull the string out and let it cook. You can already see steam coming out of the bento. And while this one is cooking, let's eat this crab one. Wow, look at this. Box is shaped like a crab, the container is shaped like a crab. Same super convenient chopsticks. This one looks amazing. Strips of snow crab, 2 giant scallops, snow crab meat. This is the best part. Kani miso sitting on top of the crab. Are you kidding me? I already know I love these scallops. Little bits of egg yolk in the rice below. The snow crab in Japan is always so sweet. This might be my favorite bento box ever. I do feel like bento boxes though, in general, way too much rice. But this box mixed the kani miso in with the rice, and you will not get enough of that. This seems like a sweet umami bomb. If you love seafood, I highly recommend getting this bento. The crab meat that's mixed with the kani miso to the crab legs to the scallop is like going from sweet to sweeter to the sweetest. These scallops are so intensely sweet and delicious. I am so excited for this bento. I always try to get a Wagyu bento whenever I'm on a train. Wow, this looks so amazing. A little bit of glass noodle. Look at this. Thin slices of Wagyu in all its fatty, marbled glory. Some scallions, and see all that Wagyu juice leaking and saturating the rice below it. On the other side, a couple pieces of yam, green beans, and thick cuts of Wagyu. Yeah, you can definitely see the marbling in this Wagyu. Look at that. You can tell right away it's just gonna melt in your mouth. Sorry if the video is a little shaky. The train is a little shaky right now. Self-heating bentos are just the best. I really don't like cold rice. The rice is piping hot. Wagyu, hint of sweetness, melts in your mouth. It tastes all that awesome beef juice in the rice. There's the thicker cut. Just like I thought, you can taste the marbling right away. And as you chew, that beautiful fat of the Wagyu just renders on your tongue, leaving this little layer of fatty umami. The noodles are really good. This is konjac noodle. Very snappy, very crunchy, no calorie. Yeah, this is a winning box for me. Oh, my mistake. I thought this was taro or yam. It's actually potato. Ikura uni kani sake, which means salmon. So here, chopsticks and a little bit of soy sauce for this bento box. Just pop the ends and it slides out. This is a really pretty one too. A little soy sauce. This box, the same uni that I had before, with some seaweed, shredded crab, some salmon sashimi, and pearls of ikura. I think maybe this, mix the ikura in with my rice, salmon sashimi. Oh, that's very nice. The salmon is marinated, a little soy sauce. That thing's just got tons of flavor. The uni texture is not my favorite because at this point it just kind of tastes like an egg yolk. Flavor is still very good. Crab. The crab is sweet and vinegary. I think overall this is a fantastically flavorful seafood box. Love the salmon. The ikura just does what it does. Little popping pearls, pure flavor. I like this, especially the cuts of salmon. This is very, very good. The last bento comes with a spoon, chopsticks, napkins. Whoa. Inside, some tempura, some fish. Check this out. That's just the top layer. Set this aside. And you have a little bottom layer of rice, tempura shrimp. I'm gonna set this aside for now. It looks like a piece of snapper. Set that here too. Some pickled mushrooms, shiitake, mochi, fish cake. There's a lot of different ingredients in this bento box. Wow. Actually, this is not a snapper. The fish is a sea bream. This is boiled clams. This is actually minced bamboo shoot chicken in a little container of sauce. It's wasabi. Wow, it's good. Put some wasabi on the tempura. This thing may not be crispy anymore, but it's still very light. It has a giant, plump, sweet shrimp inside. The flavor is very, very good. Chase that with some boiled shrimp and rice. And some sea bream. The fish is flaky, still really tender. Grab some mushrooms. Mushroom is good. Bamboo chicken is sweet. That's really interesting. It's got a really nice, very significant smoky flavor to the bamboo chicken. Shiitake mushroom is delicious. Overall today, this has been a really good bento box haul. I got about 10 minutes left to finish everything, so see you outside. So here in Shizuoka, it's Sakura season already in February. Also, this land is known for their matcha. So I got a Sakura matcha latte. It's beautiful, by the way. There's strawberry on the bottom, matcha in the middle. I think I was supposed to mix it up a little bit, but... Also, look at this. Spring season, Starbucks coffee, notes of honeybush and cocoa. This is so cool because right now it's the middle of February and Sakura is already blooming in this part of Japan. Besides the cherry blossom, there's a whole field of tea right beside it. Such a perfect place, just gonna sit down and stop and smell the sakura. Next stop is going to be a wasabi farm. I'm so excited for this. I love wasabi, real wasabi. So it takes 1 year and 8 months to grow wasabi, and they need continuous, fresh, clean water. My first time holding a wasabi that just came from the ground, and this thing's been growing for 1 year and 8 months exactly. Giant wasabi. Oh, so you cut it off from the growing point and replant this, kind of like cabbage or scallions. So to grow wasabi, they can either clone it, or they take a section and plant it, or the flower right here, you get the seeds from the flower. So some things I learned about wasabi today. Apparently wasabi grows all around the mountains here, but they need a lot of water to grow bigger. So the wild wasabi, they do exist, and I think that's where they originated. It was in the wild, but they don't have enough water to grow bigger, and that's why there's all this flowing water to cultivate the wasabi and make it grow. Also, whenever he's replanting a cloned wasabi, he needs to match that particular wasabi plant with the best source of water for it to grow, and that process could take 5 years. So farming wasabi, it's not easy, and there's so many factors for what makes it taste good. The soil, the water, and the neon green stuff you usually get when you're eating sushi in the US, that's not wasabi, that's horseradish. And all the tents here, they're wasabi plants at different stages of life, and this is 2 weeks old wasabi. Look how cute. All these farms are kind of built on the slopes, so the water just runs through the wasabi plants. All the water is spring water, so mountain spring water, and it has to be kept at exactly 50 degrees Fahrenheit, no more, no less. That's pretty incredible. So many conditions has to be met to grow wasabi. So now we're sampling the different parts of the wasabi. This is the wasabi leaf. Bitter. Wow, really bitter. Wow, wasabi leaf is delicious. It tastes like a very bitter wasabi. Wasabi stem. Less spicy than the leaf, but a burst of water from the stem. Less bitter, less spicy. It's like a burst of mountain water. That's how pure and refreshing the water is that came from that stem. Ooh, that was the heart of the wasabi. Oh, way spicier. Spicier, more bitter. This is the root of the wasabi. Wow. What? That's the bitterest part, spiciest part. Now I just feel like it's coming out of my... Ooh, the same feeling you get if you just accidentally ate a chunk of wasabi. So right by the wasabi farm is this beautiful ryokan called Onokisou. Little sink right over here. Bathroom. Little patio with a little bamboo garden. This is so calming. This place is amazingly tranquil. All right, time to go take a bath and then get dressed for dinner. This place is absolutely amazing. There's only a few guest rooms and there's private baths. So you're literally sitting in the woods outside in a hot spring. Tonight it was raining a little bit, sprinkling. The cozy level was way up there. You get back and they brought some tea over. Fresh green tea in this region, of course, again, is known for their green tea. Sip on some green tea. Oh, that's so good. Eat a cookie. I'll leave the information for this ryokan for you guys. I've never been here before. I think the onsen is probably my favorite so far, just because it's so peaceful. You don't have to be with other people. You can use it whenever you want. A lot of ryokans have set times where you can use the hot spring. Here, you can use it whenever you want. It closes at 11, that's it. Not as many rules here. The rooms are gorgeous. It has all the amenities. The only thing about these rooms is that there's no shower. So if you want to take a shower, you would do it at the onsen. And in 30 minutes, I'll tell you how the food is. See you at dinner. So today went to the wasabi farm and now get to grade my own wasabi. Ooh. So then take the wasabi and just put it next to the sashimi. Let me tell you guys what's going on here at this meal. In the middle of the room, there's a giant pot set up. Inside, it's a hot pot made out of vegetables and wild boar. Amagono is a sweet fish that's roasting by the fire right now. And then in front of me, there's sashimi, there's sea bream, there's tuna, octopus, there's fried amago, grilled eggplant shishito peppers, pickled wasabi stem, which I had earlier, stir-fried shiitake mushroom stems, the nanu hana, and this is the udo. And everything is sourced locally from Shizuoka. So I'm gonna try everything on this plate. This is the udo. Wow. Pickled, vinegary, little sweet. And this is the mountain asparagus. So it has that beautiful crunch. It's so refreshing. This is the fried amago, the sweet fish with the skin and everything. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Oh my gosh. Someone should bag this and sell it. It's the lightest, crispiest fish chip maybe in the world. I'm gonna just chase that with some of the wasabi just to balance out. Oh yeah, fish is nice and fatty. That completely balances out the fattiness of the fish. I wanna try this before it gets cold. This is the wild boar hot pot with vegetables. It looks like some wasabi stems and konjac jelly in here. And the boar is just nice and fatty. Oh, oishi. Oh, wow. Oh, the broth is just so much flavor. The boar meat, it's tender, it's fatty, it just melts when it goes into your mouth. The vegetables, beautifully crunchy. That is 100% the wasabi stem. A little bitter, a little spicy. And the chef's relatives caught the wild boar, like from these woods. Everything, again, ingredients sourced locally. This boar has zero gaminess to it. And the broth is a miso broth. There's just so much umami. Oh, this is one of the greatest dishes. The dashi, the miso, the wild boar combined together is just a wonderland of flavors. I'm just like eating everything fatty with just a chase of wasabi. Next, this is the eggplant, shishito peppers. In the bottom, the green, is wasabi miso. Oh, that's nice. Little sweet, beautiful fermented flavor of the miso. The stir-fried shiitake mushroom stems, robust and earthy. Every single dish, just abundance of flavor. The nanohana is covered in wasabi sauce. A little bitter, a little spicy. The sweet fish, and this thing you can just eat the whole thing from head to tail. And it's just covered in natural salt, also sourced from this region, and just roasted over wood charcoal. Oh my god. Get out of town with this. Chase with my wasabi. I want to eat for the rest of my life everything with a little bit of wasabi on the side. That tail was just crispy, smoky, and with a little bit of the tender meat of the fish. Oh wow. The meat of this fish is just remarkably tender and flaky. Zero fishiness to it. Very clean tasting. Just has a hint of natural sweetness. Alright, let's try the sashimi. Sea bream, a little bit of wasabi, a little bit of soy sauce. Fresh and sweet and mild and tender. I'm just kind of overwhelmed by all the flavors of the different ingredients. Every single thing is as fresh as can be in the highest quality. Look at this tuna. It melts in your mouth like nothing else. This fish raw is so much sweeter, very buttery. The wasabi, I feel like it's such an integral, highlighted experience in this meal. And the meat, it's not just Wagyu, it's Shizuoka Wagyu. I love trying the different cuts of Wagyus from different cities and regions. I feel like there's a ton of different varieties. So first thing I'm gonna do is grill the vegetables, a couple scallions, and a pumpkin. Wagyu, just a little bit of salt and wasabi. Absolute butter melts in your mouth like nothing in the meat kingdom. It is pretty much beef butter. That's just the best way. I mean, I've described A5 Wagyu many times in the past. There's just no getting around the sheer euphoria you feel every time you put that thing in your mouth. No matter how many times I've had A5 Wagyu, every single time I eat it, it still sends shivers down my spine. Wagyu goes in the wasabi leaf, more wasabi on top, sprinkle of salt, wrap that up. That's amazing. You get that nice, refreshing flavor from the wasabi leaf. A slight little bitterness works really well with the fat from the Wagyu. This meal just keeps getting better and better. A little sweet grilled pumpkin after the meat. That's very, very nice. Next dish is pasta with tempura wasabi leaves on top. It's in the shape of the family crest of the owner of this establishment. With pasta on the bottom, I'm gonna make it into a wasabi tempura leaf taco. Crunchy wasabi leaf, little bit of bitterness, and there's a slight hint of bitterness and beautiful fragrance coming from the pasta itself because this pasta is made with fermented tea leaves. Never seen this before. Tea leaf pasta. Try some without the wasabi leaf. Ooh. Oh, it smells like wasabi. Without the wasabi leaf, you definitely taste the tea leaf. It's so unique. I never had anything like this before. Next dish, a trio of tempura. First one is fava beans, and then persimmon with cream cheese in the middle, and then shiitake mushroom with minced chicken. And you put a little flaky salt on there. Fava beans, light and crunchy on the outside. A hint of sweetness and bitterness. Everything is just so fresh and delightful. Flaky salt on the persimmon. This is some next level tempura. I don't think I ever had this before. This persimmon is so good. Again, that beautiful light texture on the outside, inside sweet and fruity with the richness of the cream cheese. Unbelievable. Shiitake mushroom, a little salt, and put some wasabi on this. So I think it's gonna go really good with wasabi. Oh yeah, that's right. That was a very earthy, rustic, rich bite of food, and the wasabi just went perfect with it. Check this out. First of all, this bowl is beautiful. Inside is a congee made from the leftover boar hot pot that we had earlier. Oh, it smells so good. All that awesome flavor from the boar hot pot infused into the rice. Add a little wasabi into the hot pot, mix it up because it is a very rich, hearty congee. Oh yeah, adding some wasabi to balance out the richness, amazing. Dessert is a monaka, vanilla ice cream. There's hojicha powder, and of course this is wasabi country, so gotta put some wasabi in here. Wasabi ice cream is actually really common in this region. Crunchy wafers. The wasabi adds a spicy element to this ice cream. Just like hot oil, it tastes good with ice cream. Wasabi is like a different type of spice that also works really well with ice cream. I really like this. And that wraps up a super fun day of visiting wasabi farms, bento boxes on Shinkansen, and it all culminated in this wonderful, locally sourced, traditional meal. It had many things I never tried before. Boar hot pot, amazing. And be able to grind my own fresh wasabi was such an incredible experience.
The next day.
Good morning. Gotta eat breakfast really quick before hopping back on the Shinkansen, and breakfast looks beautiful. Itadakimasu. There's rice, looks like beans, tomatoes, onions, peppers. Again, all the ingredients locally sourced. That tomato is so fresh. And for breakfast, ayu. This is one of the most exquisite indigenous Japanese fish you can ever find, and it's amazingly expensive. This is roasted with some salt. This is the fish that I had when I went to Gifu, Japan. Went into the river and caught with the fishermen. And this thing has a very fruity flavor. A little shabu. The shabu has some wasabi, flower leaves, shiitake mushrooms, tofu, carrots, miso soup with little clams inside. Oh, also there's squid sashimi, of course, with the fresh wasabi. And that's it for this ryokan stay. Well, sad to leave. And as always, all the places I went to listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.